What's going on, ladies and gents? Pimply Peter back at you once again, and I got another build guide for you guys, this time featuring the Batarian Scrapper. Now, I would have put out this guide a little bit sooner, however I didn't want to do it because I want to get this character to at least rank 10, that way I can play around with all the skill points available, and I didn't get him to rank 10 until just recently because of all the cards, they introduced with patch 109, so thank you BioWare. But the loophole aside, let's talk about the Batarian Scrapper. He is probably one of my new favorite characters because of his skills available, and he's very good on gold, and if you see my last video, he's also very viable on platinum as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at his skill tree, shall we? Now, immediately right off the bat, you're going to notice that this is kind of a weird build. You're going to be left with 2 extra skill points, but in my opinion, this is better because this is more offensive. This is like a shock trooper type build, as opposed to a more tanky build, so yeah. The first skill we're going to take a look at is Concussive Shot. And we're only going to go with 1 revolution for this one. And at rank 4, we have either Recharge Speed or Repeat Concussion. Now, since we're going to be running for ammo boxes for our Flak Cannon anyways, we're going to go with Repeat Concussion for this one. That way we can kind of spam this a little bit more often, and it'll do more damage to red bar enemies, and that includes Ascendance, so it's really nice. Next up is Snap Freeze, or as I like to call it, the Free Sneeze, because it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does debuff the enemy, just like in real life. Now, for our first evolution, at rank 4, we have either Damage or Reach. Now, as I've said, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. We're mainly going to use this for debuffing purposes, so we're going to go with Reach. That way we can sneeze on more dudes. Next, at rank 5, we have either Brittle or Duration. Now, the default duration is already pretty good, so we're going to go with Brittle instead. That way we can debuff the enemy by 20% once they're frozen. And finally, at rank 6, we have either Degradation or Anti-Armor. Now, nerfing the enemy's offensive ability is nice, however, we're going to go with Anti-Armor instead, because Snap Freeze already debuffed the enemy armor by 50%, and this will bring it up to 115. And, we can pretty much melt any armor units in the game, so this skill is amazing, and I wouldn't be surprised if BioWare decides to nerf this in the near future. Next up is Flak Cannon. Now, this used to be one of my least favorite skills, however, since BioWare buffed it in patch 106, I think, it's quickly become one of my favorite skills in the game. It's probably one of the best crowd control abilities in the game right now, at least in my opinion. For our first evolution, at rank 4, we have either Power and Force or Power Cells. Now, Power Cells not bad, but I chose Power and Force just to give it a little bit more punch. Next, at rank 5, we have either Anti-Armor or Stunning. Now, this ability is already gimped against armor, so we're going to go with Stunning instead. This way, we can, prevent enemies from shooting us, as well as entering our hack and upload zones. So rank 5, definitely go with Stunning instead. And finally for rank 6, we have either Flak or Shredder. Now like I said in other builds that had Flak Cannon, I never really had much luck with Flak, but Shredder on the other hand will melt through enemies' HP. This will pretty much one-shot most red bar enemies in the game, especially if they're frozen. So definitely go with Shredder for rank 6. Next on the line is Munition Training. This is probably my favorite passive skill tree in the game, and you're about to see why. Now, for our first evolution, at rank 4, we have either Weapons Training or Power and Melee. Now, you can't really go wrong with either choices here, but I went with Power and Melee because this will bump up the damage of our Concussive and Flak just a little bit, but mainly because of the extra charge, so we could spam it a little bit more often. Next, at rank 5, we have either Melee Synergy or Weapon Efficiency. Now, Falcon Punch isn't what it used to be, so we're going to go with Weapon Efficiency for this one. This will give us a faster reload, bigger clip, as well as more spare ammo, so yeah. And finally at rank 6, we have either Precision or Sustained Fire. Now this one will depend on which weapon you decide to use. So if you're using like a sniper rifle or a single shot assault rifle, go with Precision. If you're using a full auto weapon or a shotgun that shoots a lot of pellets, go with Sustained Fire instead. And last but not least, we're going to dump the remainder of our points into Combat Fitness. Now we're going to go to level 4 for this one, and we're going to choose Health and Shields over Melee because this isn't a melee build, so yeah. Now, moving right along, we're going to go into Weapons and Gears. Now, the way I build up this character, this would benefit from a high rate of fire weapons or a shotgun. So for this case, I'm going to run a Revenant Siphon as well as a Talon. If you don't have a Siphon, that's fine. You can run a regular Revenant or a Talon or any other, shotgun or assault rifle will do. This is all personal preference at this point, really. And as for Gears, I'm going to go with a Warfighter package because this will give us a boost to our gun and power damage. Now, for consumables, again, personal preference, but I'm going to be using the Talon most of the time, so I'm going to run a Pistol Rail Amp, And I'm going to go into powers and choose a combat power booster amp. That way it'll boost our, Flak Cannon and Concussive Shot. Now, as you're leveling up this character, I would recommend you level up Flak Cannon first, followed by a combination of Snap Freeze and Munition Training. And then, finish it off with Fitness and finally Concussive Shot. And that's pretty much it for this build. Hopefully you guys found this useful, and if you have any build suggestions or requests, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best. Now, as usual, I'm going to switch over to some gameplay now so you can actually see this build in action. This will be a gold gameplay, but I'll leave a link in the description below for a platinum match with this very same build so you can see how that works. And yeah, until next time, you guys take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
This one's simple. Clear the area and lock it down. Hostiles remaining. Enemies cleared. Stay alert. Enemies incoming. Clear the area. Find artifacts and return to the drop point. Marking first location on your HUD. Artifact is secure. Nice job. Three more to go. Good. Stay sharp. Enemies incoming. Reading a flatline. All enemies clear. Keep it up. Enemies incoming. sharp. We've got major enemy targets nearby. Let's take them out.
Captain!
Target down.